This is the distant star world, home to Kirin the Noop and his companion Harry. Okibyo Nupu to Kedo Doge Doge something. I don't know. Do. I'm hungry. I was poisoned. I'm gonna fucking die. I could just eat. Poor Noob. All he wanted to do was eat that giraffe.
Dum-de-dum-dum-dum. I'm just trying to climb this tree here. I'm too terrified.
My fucking face!
Ow, 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 ow.
God damn it. Oh, it's you. Are you dead? Can I eat you?
Don't do that! I'm alive!
Shit.
My name is Harry. Who are you?
I am Noop.
Oh, alright. You want
I'm
to go over
traveling
there?
this distant star world. Will you be my companion?
Maybe. It's kind of far. I can't even see it. I can't even see what I was pointing at.
We're on it. We're on the distant star world.
Oh, I get it. Okay, let me just climb on top of you and let's go up there.
I don't trust you.
Well, I mean, you don't really have a choice in this matter.
Get off my head.
All right.
Yay.
All right, let's use this fishing rod with a leaf for some reason. I don't know, just
is it food? I want to eat it.
Oh, sure you do.
Give me back my leaf.
No, you have to... This isn't working. What? What the fuck? Hello. No, get on top of
what you got
these
there?
bricks.
Is it food?
No.
I want to eat it. I need food. Can you see
Oh shit,
anything?
this is so far.
Are you seeing it?
No.
Do you see it?
Do you see it?
No.
How about just stretch your neck?
I can't stretch my neck.
Oh, okay. How about we...
What are you doing? Ah, fuck! What the shit? Okay, I'm not interested in that anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, on to the next thing. Climb onto that big rock log thing.
Whoa. If I get on the thing, I can be the thing.
Whoa!
We did it!
Where the fuck am I?
Find the thing, Harry. Find the distant star world and eat the food. Holy shit! What the fuck?
Oh my god!
How'd you get on my head? Get off my head!
I can't! I have
It's
acrophobia.
okay. I saw some food.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy it.
Give me more food. Holy shit. It's a distant star world.
Holy shit! That looks amazing. We should go help it out.
Let us go travel the distant star world with my companion Harry.
Yeah, with my companion Noop.
Yay.
Yeah!
Animation by Morishita Yusuke. Welcome to Kirin the Noop. It's about a dude and his Kirin. Well, they nuke the distant star world and search for their companion Harry. Toge Hottie. Oh, Toge. I'll read it right someday. I think I remember this, but I want the grass anyway. I am upset by this. Harry, where are you?
Can't grab this leaf. It's yum. It's delicious.
That does look delicious. Ah, fuck! God damn it! My neck doesn't stretch. How am I supposed to be a giraffe under these circumstances? Oh my god, it's a food!
Apple.
I know what I can do. I can climb the tree with my hand boots. No, that's fucking impossible. I'm just gonna ram it.
This is terrifying. Why am I? Oh, what the fuck?
Is this oh my fucking... Is this a distant star? Are you a Star World? You look like food.
I am a star! Bam! Check it out! I am a star.
I have a star on my head and my tail.
That's pretty weird, dude. Look, just like that? Over there?
Oh yeah, bro. Just like that.
I didn't know you came from that place.
Oh yeah, we all come from that place.
Let's try to get a better look at it, because I think that's just a really bright orange over there.
Whoa. Okay, I'll fight the bright orange for you.
I'll get right on top of you.
Oh. I feel like we've been through this before.
Yeah, me too! Alright.
Okay.
How about I use this leaf?
How are we gonna use the leaf to get to the bright orange?
I don't know, I'm just gonna taunt it at you for a couple seconds.
Oh, well that's kind of fucking annoying.
Huh? You're right. Maybe I should... What the fuck? What the
I was hungry! We were talking about a giant orange, it made me hungry!
Well, how about this?
So, if I get on top of this, I should be able to see the orange?
Well, never mind.
Sorry. I have this disease, it makes me very sleepy.
Try jumping like this!
Okay, I'll do it. Am I doing it?
No!
I don't think so.
How about you just stretch your neck?
I can't! I've been through this before, I can't stretch my ass! Oh! No! How are we gonna get to the giant glowing orange? We're just gonna fucking fuck around like this.
I don't know. I'm just trying to do things. How about we use that log?
Is that a log?
Yeah.
I know. If the log grows 20 feet for no reason, I could maybe see it.
Exactly! Now go!
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, you can do it!
Did it work? Oh my god! Where'd you go? Oh, I found you. Oh shit! I'm a distant star world.
This is terrifying.
I'm scared. Where's the orange?
I am also scared.
Is that the orange?
No, but you can have it. I don't need it.
Nice. I like you, Harry.
I like you too, Noop. But look over there. It's a watermelon.
Oh my god. It is a watermelon.
Holy shit, the watermelon became a star fruit thing.
Can I eat those?
No, we have to travel over there.
Oh. They say you shouldn't stare directly at the star fruit.
I can't see where you are, Harry. I mean, Noop.
You're on my head.
Yeah, and we're looking at credits.
Oh shit.
I'm just gonna go for like interchangeable voices every now.
Yes. Kirin za nupu. Okubyo nupu to toge toge hari. There once was a Noop. He tried to eat some grass, but totally fucking failed because he doesn't like grass. He saw one of his own kind attempting to eat a leaf, and they succeeded. This gave Noop much envy of the giraffe's status of able to eat leaves. This envy led to depression. While Noop was deciding whether or not to kill himself, he spotted an apple. He didn't really know what to do about it, because the tree is really fucking huge, and Noop is a little puny thing that can't do shit. So Noop got really mad and decided that if he's going out, he's taking the tree with him. There we saw Harry, who almost died. But instead, they instantly became bestest friends. That's all the narration I have in me.
And so Noop and Harry, being best friends now, decided they wanted to travel to the distant star world, which they were already on. But Harry could not get a good view of the location, so he decided maybe have Noop try to look for him by using the tree. That gave Harry an idea of just landing on top of Noop's head for no apparent reason. Noop was discouraged as he realized he couldn't eat grass. And so they tried many different contraptions, one of which was just a fishing rod with a net, with a leaf. This didn't work out so well, unfortunately, as Harry let his sight go away, and Noop decided to eat it.
No one knew exactly what they were trying to do with that fishing rod. We sort of understand how stacking bricks or stones on top of each other makes sense when you're trying to get up high. But the fishing rod, that was just a bit random.
Yeah. And so Harry tried other techniques, like trying to just jump and stretching his own body. But Noop couldn't comply, unfortunately. Harry came up with an ingenious idea of then just randomly scaring the fuck out of Noop for like 1 moment, and then just started fucking around with the mask. Noop disapproved. Harry decided instead maybe use a log. Noop thought that if he would use the log that extended out of nowhere, he might be able to be as tall as the other giraffes. With all his might, he ran towards the log. Harry encouraged him as much as he could, but to no avail as Harry just launched into the air. This startled Noop, and he randomly stretched his neck out of nowhere, becoming as tall as the other giraffe. And now, finally, Noop and Harry could see the distant star world by getting on top of that tree. Also, Harry gave Noop an apple for no reason. This pleased Noop. And thus, out of nowhere, a random watermelon sprouted a flower. This pleased both Harry and Noop, as they had finally achieved reaching the Star World, which they were already on. The end.
They all lived happily, Noop ever after. Kiri and the Noob opens on Angel Island from the famous Sonic the Hedgehog series. Some Japanese text which has no apparent meaning, signifying the meaninglessness of life. The colors of Kiri and the Noob: blue, purple, black.
And green.
Disease and death. This clearly illustrates the lot Noop will have in life of constant struggle and endless pain. As you can see, nothing Noop does can ever succeed, or it would contradict the show's underlying themes of depression and sadness.
But out of nowhere, we see a suddenly gleamingly nice-looking apple of the shade of red, rather bright-looking. This is a transition in theme, as Newt heads towards brighter-looking colors, with Harry being a rather bright orange.
The contrast between Noop and Harry is one of pessimism versus optimism. Although Harry being too bright for poor Noop's sad existence starts and terrifies Noop with the prospect of happiness, which is far too bright for Noop to understand when he sees it.
Harry, persistent, decides maybe, just maybe, they can both achieve happiness, as so long as they work together. Harry gets on top of Noop to show him his motivation, but Noop reluctantly just agrees out of nowhere.
And then Harry tries various ways to encourage Noop to achieve his full potential in life, none of which succeed, because Noop can never get out of his pit of despair, trapped everlasting in torturous, endless pain.
Harry decides maybe muddy bricks might work, but little does he know, even more depressing colors than dark and blue won't work to achieve happiness. So he decides extending his color palette by stretching out his body some more. Unfortunately, this does not work.
Many scholars have wondered, what the fuck is up with the background? Where does the light come from? And why does it outline the trees?
However, very few realize that the underlying value of the brightness in the white is the true meaning of what Kieran the Noob is about. Harry's last attempt to convince Noop to try and reach for the stars is about to begin. It unfortunately doesn't work.
Although,
at the
not
very
many
last
have
second.
noticed, but when Harry blasts up through the sky, he actually ripped a hole in the stars, letting out some of that bright background light. What could it possibly signify other than crashing through Noop's sad, depressed existence and showing him the optimism that he needed all along?
And so, with crashing through into optimism, they both realize there is a much brighter world out there to explore. And so, Harry and Noop, suddenly discovering their new objective, reach out to find the distant brightness of the star world.
I actually only noticed that on the very last time.
Yeah.
When he hit the log,
He
goes up
rips through.
and breaks through the stars. The opening also begins with the light from the star literally busting through the blackness.
Yeah.
I don't think we really touched on the whole Sonic the Hedgehog themes in the last one after we brought it up. Sonic is all gotta go fast. Noop is all gotta get high. My name is Noop. I live a sad existence. I just wanna be like the other giraffes. But I can't get high. I can't do anything. I just want this apple, but the apple is in a super big tree. And I can't get up in a super big tree, 'cause I'm tiny and sad. If only I had a companion to travel with.
Fuck, shit, fuck, shit.
Could this be my traveling companion? Oh, fuck,
No.
shit, God, no! Noop will
Huzzah!
never trust this guy ever again.
My name is Harry. Let's go over there.
I trust you completely, Harry.
All right. Creature I don't even know the name to.
My name is Kieran.
Nice to meet you, Kieran. Can I call you Noop for short?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's
I
go
would
on an
much
adventure.
appreciate it. I can't go up there. I
Oh,
don't
come
have
on.
a neck.
Leave it to me.
Okay.
All right, first we're gonna do some little training exercises with this fishing rod and a leaf. Just look at it for a second.
Well, what do I do?
Just look at it. No, this idea doesn't work actually. Well. How about
Okay,
you-
I'll try to stack a brick. I've got.
All right.
Oh.
Did you just suddenly collapse out of exhaustion?
Yes.
How about you try and jump?
I'm doing it. I feel it. I'm going high.
You are not. Try extending your body. Wrong way, Noop. Wrong way. Hold on, I have an idea. Raw!
Oh.
Haha! Raw! Raw!
Harry,
This is
what
not-
is this even about?
I have no idea. You know, let's just go over there. Let's try to think it out over there. Maybe, if you get on top of this thing, you might be able to reach the tree or something.
I'll do it,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to be happy about it.
Ah! I ran through the space-time continuum! Where am I?
Oh no! I'm super big, and that makes me dizzy and have migraines.
See, I knew it would work.
Yay, it worked!
It only caused you some severe migraine.
I
Here's
can
an apple
deal
for your
with
trouble.
severe migraine. I'm fine.
Oh, look at that.
Is that a
What is-
watermelon?
I think so. Oh, but it sprouted a flower.
Oh, and lots of flowers are coming down from the space and lighting on fire.
Yeah,
The world is burning.
we should probably leave.
Let's leave before we die.
Exactly. This is our fifth completion of the episode.
Yes, I feel like we're probably going to have to tap out before we finish this, but
I think we have another hour maybe in us.
Yeah, we probably do. I declare this run is the meta one, where we just talk about itself.
Yeah.
So there's some giraffes.
And then there's Snoop.
I don't really understand why Noop can't eat the grass.
I don't know either. It's just as good as the leaves.
Maybe he's just too depressed by not being tall that the grass tastes bad to him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why he instantly just gets, like, discombobulated after trying to stretch his neck. Does he have, like, vertigo?
He might have vertigo. My favorite bit is how Harry, his plan is just to get to the top of the tree. Like, you can see Harry in that shot climbing the tree.
Yeah, exactly.
He already knows what he wants to do.
But Noop just like, I want that apple.
Oh, Harry's the scared one, really. He's like, I'm trying to climb this super tall tree.
Yeah. It's surprising because you would think Harry, like later on in the episode, Harry wouldn't be afraid of heights, but he's definitely an acrophobic in that shot.
Yeah, and he's got the mask to scare away predators because he's very defensive. This hairy guy.
I mean, he's what? He's a porcupine or a hedgehog?
He's an animal companion.
Yeah.
He immediately thinks of thinks of a way to basically use his new companion to further his own goals.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Harry's anime, not Noop's.
Noop is just along for the ride.
Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, Harry would be Sonic, and Noop would be Tails.
Tails almost infinitely more like useful in just every scenario, but Harry just determined.
Yeah, I mean Tails can fly. So
yeah,
I feel like Harry's problems would have been solved already if Tails was involved.
Yeah. Also, why does Noop he just collapse there? Like in the scene
tired.
with the bricks.
I think he got too depressed and wanted to end it all.
Right. You know, in retrospect, I think that is an okay way for Noop to try and stretch, because last time he stretched his head, he just collapsed.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's a little reasonable. First time I saw this, I thought this was like in Lion King, like Pride Rock. That's what I thought it was.
It definitely didn't look like a log.
No. But on closer inspection.
On closer inspection, you can see the log through Noop's skin in that shot when he's running. Oh, and Noop has also blown up the background a little bit.
Yep. He ripped through the atmosphere with his height.
And turned it pink for a second.
Yep.
This apple is just to placate Noop.
Yeah.
But Harry's real goal was giant star orange. I mean, watermelon.
Yeah. That's like, why did they make it look like a watermelon when it's just a flower seed?
I don't know. And I don't know if they just coincidentally went up right when they started falling, or if they're just always falling.
I think they're always falling. It's like, it's kind of evident in the background. Like, they're just...
So I feel like they would have way too many stars on their distant star world.
Yeah. That would cause implosion.
Pucci Pucci anime. So at this point, I think it's apt. It would be apt to point out the name of this show is Keating the Noop, but Noop is a giraffe.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a hedgehog named Harry.
Yeah.
So what is a Keating?
Isn't, like, Kirin in Japanese, isn't it like a unicorn or something?
I don't know. But to me, it just sounds like killing.
Killing the Noop.
Which would go for this show's obvious themes of mortality.
Yeah. I don't... Noop... What do you think, like, in the future, Noop will be looking back on this? What do you think he'll be thinking?
What will Noop be thinking?
Yeah.
I don't know if Noop watches our stuff.
No. I suppose not.
I hope Noop watches. I hope Morishita Yusuke watches ToNi Hell.
This. Yeah. So I think there was a joke earlier when we first saw this, where basically, if you were to remove Noop's eyes, it would just be like a face on his little snout thing.
Yeah.
On its own.
Yeah, his nostrils are the eyes.
Yeah.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah. It already looks super happy without Noop's actual eyes.
So what is the giant rock that's keeping them from seeing the distant star world?
I think it was the mountain in the background. Like, they were showing a bit of mountain in the distance when Harry pointed it out. Or it could be the giant log.
I mean, like, in the imagination spot there, we saw a giant rock. Oh god, I could see everything in the background of his face.
Yeah.
We saw a giant rock in, like, the imagination spot, but I don't know if that's being represented here, unless the giant white thing in the background is the rock.
It's, well, even then, it's kind of weird, because once they climb the tree, at the end, they actually just see a bunch of what I presume is like the star in the background of that imagination sequence.
Yeah.
So it's like there's nothing there to obstruct to begin with.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the dealio was.
Come on, Morishita-san. What are you doing?
Morishita Yusuke, not the most, narratively consistent animation guy.
But
I believe he also did photography for episode 4 of Strike the Blood or something random like that. And literally nothing else. Or at least we just don't have very much information on him. He's not on Mal.
I can see it from this. I can see his animation director skill.
I mean, I love the colors and the shapes.
Definitely bright.
Like, Noob has a bunch of geometric shapes on him. He's got some squares, some triangles, rectangles.
He's not entirely consistent on his spots, though. As you saw earlier, like, some of his spots go right into his snout.
Yeah. He's also got some pentagons.
Yeah.
And some hexagons, probably, maybe. And what are those things on the tops and the bottoms? Those, like, all those rectangles?
I have no idea.
They look like purple bricks.
I think they're the atmosphere, like, they're representing the atmosphere, and the stars are just breaking right through them.
Huh. Now, I didn't see any giant rock that they were looking over.
Yeah, so, as like I said, it's just, there's none to begin with, so it's like, why? Why would you include that in the imagination sequence? In the distant star world, there are many creatures that live. One of them is Kirin the Noop.
What kind of noob is Keating?
A purple noob.
A purple noob.
Here we see Kieran the noob tending to a field of grass. Unfortunately, he's allergic to grass. He would rather instead climb up the trees to get those delicious leaves. He tries to go for stretching his neck to reach the leaves, but to no avail. So instead, Noop lies down depressed and mopes around the distant star world.
If only one of the silhouette giraffes would reach down and help our poor Keating the Noop.
But
They do
luckily,
not care.
Kieran the Noop instead sights an apple in a gigantic tree. Again, to no avail for Noop, but he tries anyway, charging at the tree to get the apple. Harry, the hedgehog, a little frightened by the sight, is dropped down by Noop's charge at the tree. Noop lays his sights on the little orange thing that we call Harry, and decides he wants to eat it. Harry says no, and jumps away. In celebration?
A job well done protecting himself from that giraffe.
And so, okay, yeah, that's no,
That's the reason.
yeah. So Harry, wanting to get a better view of the scenario, decides maybe he should climb the tree, and he decides, let's use Noop. Noop decides, no way. But Harry's like, come on, let's go. I got it. Noop then just immediately agrees. So Harry tries a few techniques here. One of them is taunting him with a leaf, which kind of defeats the purpose of going after that apple now. If you think about it.
The epic cruelty of, hey, you know those leaves those silhouette giraffes were eating? I've got one. Nope, too slow.
Harry then instead decides maybe try to construct a brick structure, but Noop says no way. And now they try jumping. Noop unfortunately does not jump. He cannot jump like Mario.
This pleases Noop, for he got high in at least one way.
And now Harry, for no apparent reason, decides to scare the shit out of Noop. Noop is unfazed. Harry decides.
This trick before.
Yeah. Harry then decides, fuck it, just climb that rock or that log. Noop is determined and charges straight at it. But we seen what happened last time he charged at a thing. Everything goes all out of hand.
Both times Snoop charged,
Yeah.
he dislodged Harry.
But luckily, Noob has an extendable neck, which he could have found out by just I don't know. So Harry decides, for his troubles, get that apple, which kinda is no longer a factor since Harry already fed Noop a leaf. But Harry, tending to his own goals, finally sees the distant star world and all the beauty that surrounds the world. The end.
I've got one.
Alright.
In a world of stars, there lived a Kieran the Noob. I lost it. I got nothing anymore. That was it. It's just there in a distant star world lives a Karen the Noob. I feel like all the stars at the end falling signify the apocalypse that's about to begin.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the days are numbered for this particular Kieran the Noob.
The apocalypse known as episode 2 of Kieran the Noob.
Some say it doesn't even exist. Others know better. Much music was had. When they play their hearts out, ignorant or perhaps painfully aware of the coming apocalypse, but they try to take their minds off of it. And now I'm giving an analysis of an episode we're not even watching.
Yeah. So, I don't know if Harry is just, like, a secret deity or something.
Oh yeah, I mean, he does look like a star.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why he wants to reach the stars. He wants to be with his brethren.
Although Kieran the Noob has 2 stars on him.
Yeah. So I guess, in a way, he's already with his brethren in Kieran the Noob. Oh.
There's so much depth. So much intrigue.
Noop is quite the character.
Harry as well.
I will be right back.
Well, then I will take the reins. It's a very sparse, well, yeah, kind of sparse color palette going on. There's only a handful of colors. They're all very, very good colors. Got our blues and their purples, and some greens, and yellows. Only about like 2 shades of each kind of color. I've never seen an anime that looked like this. It's simultaneously imposing and inviting. It's like some sort of weird tints sort of atmosphere, but it's way too playful to not get into. I would say it's like horror for kids, but the for kids part eliminates any horror. Except that part where Harry turns into the devil and scares the living shit out of Noob. That's fucked up, and I don't support it. But yeah, what I was saying earlier is that when Harry finally on this fucking tree, he worked so fucking hard to get on this fucking tree. He was climbing the fucking tree and he was scared, and then this fucking Kieran the fucking Noob guy fucking ran into the fucking tree and fucking knocked Harry off the fucking tree, and that made him fucking mad. Now he's on the fucking tree. He's finally fucking looking at his fucking distant star fucking world that he wants to fucking look at. Which is totally fucked. It's being lit on fire by these fucking flaming fucking star flower fucks. And now they're all raining from the fucking sky, casting doom upon the entire fucking civilization, and they are all definitely fucked. Animation. Morishita fucking Yusuke. Ongaku. Someone whose name I did not look up. And in the bottom right corner there was more Japanese, but I wasn't reading it either. So many shapes! The bottom of the island planet thing's triangular. And these stars have 8 points, sometimes 4 points. Well, there's like 2 different kinds of 4-point shapes. And some stars are one, and some stars are the other, and some stars are both. thus having 8 pointed shapes. Sometimes I wonder, where do the silhouette giraffes go after this shot? They're completely absent from the rest of the anime. Some say this killing the Noop character killed them. He fucking murdered them. They're gone. They were the tall ones. Noop was not the tall one. Noop wants to be the tall one, but he cannot stand looking up at these fucking silhouette giraffes. They're of his very species, but they look nothing like him. This angered him. This fear of the unknown caused great turmoil within this killing the Noop character. So he eliminated them in his mind. This entire world is imagination. It's just inside of Noop's brain. All of these characters are real, but only real insofar as they exist within Noop. So Noop, oh poor Noop. If Noop doesn't like you, you're as good as fucking dead. And he will eliminate you. So don't get in Noop's way. Or else. Be like Harry. Harry just wants to help Noop get some apple. Because Harry respects Noop. He respects the danger, the life or death situation of helping this poor, innocent, bloodthirsty giraffe get some fucking food for once. So then they try to do that for a while, and eventually they succeed. And lo and behold, Noop does not murder Harry, unlike those 2 silhouetted giraffes who are dead. They're goddamn dead. They're fucking dead. This fucking
I have
demonic giraffe from hell just does shit to me. I can't take it anymore. We thought Noop was the good guy. No. Noop is the villain. Harry had one chance to scare Noop off, but it didn't work. So now Harry is stuck with Noop for life, or more likely, for death. And so then they do this shit, and it kind of works out, I guess. He broke through the sky.
Noop suddenly exudes perfume out of nowhere.
The scent of death.
Lingering up around both Noop and Harry.
I'm just saying, where'd the silhouette giraffes go? Where'd they fucking go?
Exactly.
They're dead.
And their corpses are the flowers.
I noticed in the bottom right, a bunch more Japanese appears.
Yeah.
It says Owari, which means the end,
Yeah.
but someone's name appeared there and I didn't check. So maybe Morishi Yusuke really is just the animation guy. And there's actually a director for this that I did not realize. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Alright.
How
many episodes?
How many? Toked Hari.
How many episodes did I sit out for that one?
Like 1.5.
Okay.
I feel like something's fucking wrong with him.
Yeah.
I mean, look. The giraffes he's looking at, they're gone.
Yep.
Perhaps this purple visage killed them. Maybe that's what that was. Maybe that was their blood.
I think Noop actually has, like, telepathic powers. And that was the presentation of his telepathic power.
Yeah.
See, Noop could go after this apple if he wanted to. He could. He just gives off this visage of just being, of seemingly a naive little giraffe as he is. Harry knows, though. He's escaping from Noop.
He knows. Noop's not a giraffe at all. Noop is a Keating, a god of this world, an angelic deity descended from hell. Which, since this is like the Australia version of Earth, hell is above them, so.
Yeah.
Descended from hell. Who are those guys in that bush? I think they fear Noop, and they're hiding from Noop.
Those are just apples, aren't they?
They look like eyes to me. Well, if there are apples in the bush, why do they need to go up into the tree?
I have no idea.
They could have just eaten the bush apples.
Yeah.
Harry points up to hell. I have to send you back there, Noop. I can't leave you running around here any longer.
Noop decides, okay, let's go.
Another bloodbath in the background there.
Yeah.
Who knows how many casualties there's been this far. This long. This so far. Fuck. Shit.
It's okay.
These are the bloodied corpses of Noop's enemies that were stacking up one by one. But Noop had enough of them the first time, so he attacks them.
Harry decides of another way to try and escape into hell. But unfortunately, neither of them are successful. They then decide trying to just distort their own bodies.
Some say the reason they're trying to get into hell is because they've been caught. They've been caught in this loop. This hitting the Noop loop of doing the same activities every day.
It's like the endless ape, but more based around Kieran the Noop.
Exactly. Well spoken.
Maybe someday they might work on their own homework instead of doing these activities.
That would require them. That would require them to break out of the loop. But right now they are stuck. Immortal. In ceaseless, unending torment.
It must be a pain.
I just want to go to hell, Noop says.
Harry decides we can't keep going at this. We need to head off to the actual distant star world across the distance.
The only place where Noop might find reconciliation, justice, peace,
but
forgiveness.
Unfortunately for them, they are once again trapped.
But they seem pretty happy about it.
Yeah. I think that's just a facade. They're just like hiding it inside.
I like how the entire screen was bright and colorful until the nighttime bled through it.
Yeah.
These poor fucking giraffes.
My name is Kieran the Noop. I like grass. Just kidding. I don't like grass. I like leaves.
Hey, I'm a giraffe, and I can eat leaves because I'm big and tall. Hell yeah.
I think if they're pretty big, I could be big too, right? Nope.
The giraffes are now dead.
I'm just gonna mope off to the side. Oh! It's an apple! That looks tasty. Oh, but it's stuck in a big tree. Maybe if I charge at it. Well, here I go. Ow, that hurt my head. What's this? Oh, look. Is that a food? Can I eat it? Here I go. Ah!
Hey, I'm Harry. I'm a hedgehog.
Oh, hi. You want to go help me get a fruit?
I want to get on top of the tree and see that sun.
I don't see that. I'm just looking at that apple.
I need to get to the sun beyond the rock. I can get the vantage point on top of the tree. So if you take me to the tree, I'll give you an apple.
No thanks. I think I can't.
You're a giraffe. You can totally do it.
Okay, you're right.
First, I'll train you to extend your neck by enticing you with this leaf. It's up here. Come get it.
Oh,
it's. You gonna get it? You gonna get it?
It's impossible. Oh,
I just
he's
went up.
not looking.
Oh, shit. I was just looking back at the sun. Okay, you help me stack these bricks, and then we. Oh wow, you really suck, don't you, noob?
Oh.
Okay, just bounce like this. Just jump up and go.
Like this? Like this?
Higher. You just need to get up. Just get up.
How about if I stretch my entire body?
That might work, I guess, but
No.
but maybe not.
Where are you going, Harry?
Well, I have one last idea.
Oh.
Did that work? You got a neck up? You
No.
get scared so much that your neck extends? Shit. Well, maybe if you go onto that, you could jump onto the tree from there.
There's a point. Maybe I could be as tall as those giraffes.
Do
That are
it.
dead.
Do it.
Here I go.
Do it.
All right. Here I go.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
Harry.
Oh, hey. I'm here.
Oh. What the fuck? I'm tall now.
I just need to just get over to the tree. I can get the apple.
Oh yeah. I smell nice.
All right. I'm gonna... Here, have your stupid shitty apple, dumbass. I'm gonna go to the giant sun.
This is a nice apple. Oh,
Look, it's the sun. Wait, that's not what it looked like. Why is there a watermelon? Why did it hit the ground? Why is it a flower? Why is everything on fire? Why? Where's the sun?
oh! Can I eat it?
We're all gonna die.
What are you talking about, Harry? Oh. I think so. How about this? How about next one? It's just sound effects. What was that?
I feel like we should do one that's all ASMR. Just we whisper the whole time. Maybe we can do it as the characters, even.
Yeah.
Getting the noob. It's Karen the noob. Hello, I am noob. I am a giraffe of the Canadian species. This silhouette is my enemy because he can get the leaves just murdered him. Fuck that guy. And now I am going to see if I cannot find any easier food. And I spot an apple. An apple in a big tree. And the tree is hard to get to. So I'm going to ram it like a badass motherfucker.
Oh shit. I'm terrified. Oh fuck, what was that?
Hello, who are you? I am Noob.
I'm hurt right now because you rammed into my tree.
Oh, well, I want to eat you. Oh, shit.
I will scare the shit out of you.
You did. You scared the shit out of me. What do you have to say for yourself?
Hey, look over there.
Okay, I'm looking. What am I looking for?
It's a star thing in the background.
Shit, it is a star thing in the background.
I can't really see it that well.
Well,
Maybe we should climb this tree.
okay, I'll climb the tree with you, but I'm not a good climber.
It's okay. Maybe we can use you.
Oh,
Climb the tree.
Well, maybe not, though.
Oh, come on. I have a brilliant idea.
Okay,
Let's go.
well, if you have an idea, I'm up for it.
Alright. First thing we're gonna do
Okay,
is use this fishing rod.
what the fuck are we doing with this?
I'm going to test your ability
I just want to eat it.
to stretch your neck.
I just want to eat the fucking
Just look at this. This isn't working. Well, shit. I guess there's a different item.
I've looked, idiot.
How about constructing a break stage?
I can't fucking do it. I'm no good. I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh shit. How about you try jumping?
What the fuck? Okay, that looks cool. I'll do it. I'm jumping. Am I doing it
No,
right?
you're not. You're not.
Am I not fucking doing it right?
How about you try stretching your neck?
Okay, I'm stretching. Is this
That's not your neck. That's not
is
your
a
neck.
What the fuck is a neck? I don't know what the fuck a neck is. Holy shit.
I will scare you.
Would you fucking stop that shit, Harry?
No.
I only have done like 5 more.
Are you scared yet?
No, I wanna fucking kill you. So you fuck with me. You fucking get fucked. That's how it works in Noobville. I'm just gonna fucking destroy that log. It's dead. I'm gonna kill it.
Go do it. Go do
so
it. No.
fucking dead after I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Is the log dead? Did I kill it?
Oh shit.
What the fuck? Oh god. Oh shit. What the fucking shit? What the fuck? Holy shit.
Where the fuck are we?
Harry,
Oh man.
what the fuck just happened, Harry?
You stretched your neck.
Oh my god, I stretched my neck.
I knew you could do it.
Oh my god, Harry, give me that fucking apple.
Get this fucking apple.
Oh my god.
I don't give a shit. What I'm really here for is the star. The distance.
What? This is a star? What?
Check it out.
This is a star? I don't know what the
That's a star watermelon.
What the fuck is a watermelon? You're crazy.
It's look at it.
Me out. Freaking me out, Harry. Holy shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, but you were freaking out just a minute ago.
I have wild mood swings. It's how I do. It's how noobs do.
Oh, okay, I see.
That one
When-
was fun.
When you were like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Harry, I just broke. It's like, god damn it. We should speak as like the voice actor, like behind the scenes kind of thing. Like you're Noop and I'm Harry. Hi, I'm Dusty and I voice Harry.
Yeah, I'm Tony. I voiced Noop in this episode.
So how's it like voicing as Noop during this sequence?
It was really tough to get the noise down when he's coughing up the grass.
Right. I figured because it's kind of like you can take it multiple directions. I would assume.
Some say I gave it a sort of Yoshi vibe.
Right.
I think that's inappropriate, as Yoshi is a licensed, trademark of Nintendo, and I don't want to get in hot water with them. So I'd say I invented Noob.
Yeah.
Well, the Noob's way of talking.
So, I assume you were like, during this scene, you were actually eating an apple. Like you were.
Oh yeah.
You were actually.
I'm a method actor.
Right.
I spent
That was
3 weeks
impressive.
with giraffes to get the cadence right on the
Right.
apple.
me. Unfortunately, I was just I just kind of did it. Like here,
Yeah.
I had my own way of method acting. Actually, though, I actually dropped on the floor for this scene. I kind of just tripped.
Ah, is that why you came in and with your black eye that day?
Yeah. That's why, like, when you heard the scream during that one scene, that was actually me in pain. That was like,
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
yeah. It was actually pretty interesting. I would think. But yeah, like this was quite the experience. I think especially during the interactions, I thought, like, with Noop was the kind of naive kind of character is what I perceived. Harry being the more confident one, but I think that just made it all the more merrier between the two.
Yeah. What was the hardest thing about playing Harry for you?
Yeah, I would think so. You
Now, what
had much
was-
more experience.
What was the hardest
Oh.
thing?
I would think maybe just trying to do more of the screaming and just more
Right.
of the overall optimism thing behind Harry was a bit like it threw me off just a tiny bit.
The hardest
I didn't
thing for me was fitting the brick in my mouth,
Right.
since this was
Yeah.
all motion capture, as you know.
What did the brick taste like?
Copper, kinda.
Right.
Copper and sawdust, I would say.
Oh, this scene was actually pretty interesting for both of us. I think we were trying to get airborne through like one of those tunnel, that tunnel thing with the
yeah.
the fan, the
I
giant fan.
definitely did a
I think
lot
that
of
was
weird
what-
stretches.
Yeah.
I didn't actually manage to fly, though. I was hoping.
Right. I on the other hand happened to just fly out into the air.
Oh yeah, you took off.
Yeah. Here, this scene, I actually just got a mask, and like this was just a recorded version of you just screaming for a tiny bit, but you weren't
Oh yeah,
that scared.
you scared the shit out of me. Became
Yeah.
like fucking punked for like a minute that day.
Yeah, but like I tried it a few more times, and you were just kind of nonchalant about it.
You can only really get me once.
Yeah, that's true. Here was actually interesting. Like, we had to do a couple of takes because one, I wasn't even on the log. The other one, it hit me in the face.
Right. Yeah. And I think getting my neck like that in the recording booth, kind of painful. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
I imagine you had to see a chiropractor for those. Maybe eat a few apples, like in this scene.
Oh, I ate lots of apples. I
Right.
had nothing but apples for a good month.
Yeah. And then this is actually just like recorded footage of Halley's Comet.
Yeah, it's very botanical.
Yeah. We were pretty excited, but
So
I
we
guess
had to
that's
send
just,
up a satellite to plant a bunch of flowers on the comet.
yeah. But yeah, that was Kieran the Noob.
It worked out.
Yeah. Thank you to Morishita Sensei for having us record.
I don't know how much more of this I can take.
I think maybe like 2 more.
So, Kieran the Noob. Wait, is that you in the studio? Morishita Yusuke?
Oh. Hi, Morishita Sensei. How are you?
Oh, yes, I'm doing... yeah, I'm doing good. I animated Kieran the Noob.
How was it like animating Kieran the Noob?
Non-stop pain, torment, basically the same as the show itself.
Right. Did you notice during a couple scenes you decided to miss out on covering up the whole background with your characters?
Yeah, that was intentional. I meant to do that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
It signifies some, how transparent the characters are, because you get them at first glance, they're very obvious guys.
Right. That's actually pretty profound. Thank you for sharing with that.
Oh,
with us,
no problem.
Mauricio Sensei. Now, who was your favorite character in animating this?
Oh, definitely the silhouette giraffes. I think they went through the most change. As you can see in the background, one of them turned into a tree.
I am inclined to agree. Yes, I see that. Now, how was it like animating Harry to become that kind of like demonic, possessed hedgehog?
That's how I see myself. So it was sort of weird. It was kind of like I was giving a self-portrait, but as a hedgehog.
So you are not actually a hedgehog. You are a giraffe, is what I take.
I mean, I am a giraffe, but I see myself as a hedgehog.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. So do you see yourself as ambitious as Harry, or were you referenced by any, was anything a reference when trying to create Harry?
I mean, I would say I took a lot of inspiration from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Right.
But I gave Noop the core blue and Harry the rest of the personality.
Right. Yeah. I could totally see that. Yeah. Like with Noop, he's predominantly blue, but Harry's pretty energetic on his own right. He's also pretty quick.
There's one thing I have to correct. I was listening to a few of your commentaries there.
Yes.
And you seem to be confused on what a Keating is.
Oh,
so
yes.
The Keatings are actually the stars on Noop.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Huh. I never figured that.
Oh yeah.
So is he the star, like actually the stars on that giraffe's body?
Yeah.
Huh. So who's the giraffe then?
Oh, the giraffe? Oh, that's Fred.
Oh, Fred.
Yeah.
Huh. I'd never figured.
Fred the giraffe.
Fred the giraffe.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite creations, to be honest. Here you can see Fred and his mother, Frederick.
Right. Frederick?
Yep.
Right. Now, please answer me this. What was your idea with just the Fred ramming into wooden objects?
It's kind of like a phallic thing. It's some very Freudian.
Fair enough. I can see through this, like through the extension of Fred's neck.
The thick wooden cylinders, and also the, cylindric neck. It's parallel.
Yeah. Parallel to like an erection or something.
Yeah, and to each other. So,
yeah, fair enough.
Right here, Keating and Frederick are actually kind of a tree in a way because they're so tall with the neck.
Oh, right. And what are these actually watermelons?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Those are all watermelon flowers.
Right. How did you get them to come from outer space?
Sent them up in satellites.
And
then shot them out of the sky with missiles.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Morishita Sensei. It was a pleasure having you.
Woo, YOLO! Well, that was Morishita Yusuke. Quite the guy. Quite a character, that giraffe.
Yeah. Okay. Now for an actual, behind the scenes. Hi, ToNi.
Oh, hey, Dusty, what's up?
So where did this idea come from?
So, we were looking at all the anime.
Yeah.
And eventually we found Keating the Noob.
Yep.
The cover image on my anime list looked cool. And we noticed that it only had 7 users who had rated it.
Yeah.
It had a really low score, which I felt was wrong. So I immediately rated it a 10 to boost it.
Because
I
I
hadn't
was
seen it.
Yeah. And to this day you'd probably rate it like a 10 as well, right? Maybe even farther than that.
Oh yeah.
If possible.
I would rate this as one of my favorite anime experiences.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like last time I think it was a 30 out of 10?
I think it might have been a 22 or a 16 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So what was the idea behind trying to do a riff on, like, maybe an hour, quite a bit of a long session on Kieran the Noob reruns?
I just thought it would be kind of funny to see how much we can milk out of one episode of one anime no one's ever seen or heard of. It's just now everything's Kieran the Noob all the time.
Yeah. Do you think maybe we could have included like one session of episode 2?
Yeah, we probably could have, but we didn't.
Right.
Because we've only found 2 episodes. We don't know if there's more than 2 episodes.
Right, yeah. So
I'm just imagining, since there's so few people who rated this on Mal, that pretty much everyone who sees this has never heard of Kieran the Noob before.
yeah.
So I'm excited at shoving it in their face for over an hour.
Exactly. So with that out of the way, I would like to ask, who out of the 2 is your favorite character?
Definitely Harry. He's
Harry?
cooler. He's got more going on.
Yeah. I think Harry brings a lot to the show itself.
If it was just Noob, it would be a bit too weird.
Yeah.
He's not that bright of a guy. He kind of needs someone to help him, like Harry.
Yeah. Especially due to the fact that, like, at the beginning of the show, it's just him moping because he can't eat leaves.
The show is kind of sad.
Yeah.
It has a lot of things to say about the human condition as a giraffe.
Right. Now, what do you think about? I believe the creator. So the creator's name is Yusuke Morishita. What do you think about him as an individual, like making this?
He must have been quite inspired.
Right.
Although I'm not sure if he's actually the creator at this point, because there is some Japanese in the corner I need to read.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I don't know who that is. Maybe it's just the producer. It could also be the director, like, assuming that Morishita Yusuke isn't the director.
Yeah.
But there is no credit that says director. It just says animation by Morishita Yusuke. So I have to assume that he is the only, like, creative effort on this, other than the music person.
Yeah.
Who I didn't really care to remember the name of.
Now, my question is, where can we see this whole session of Kieran the Noob riff?
In ToNi Hell?
Oh, and what may I ask is ToNi Hell?
That's the question, isn't it? I mean, hell is apparently above them, so...
Yeah, that's fair.
Are they below ToNi Hell?
I think they're somewhere inside.
Yeah, they're actually in ToNi Hell. They're trying to get back to hell, but they're already in it, so...
Well, thank you very much, Tony.
Yeah.
We appreciate having you as this behind the scenes.
I think that's it. I think we're good.
Yeah. All right. So, are we done?
Yeah.
Okay.